Namo Phat, good morning. Thank you for joining me for our daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This beautiful sound calls us back to our true home. The second mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, social injustice, stealing, and oppression, I vow to cultivate loving kindness and learn ways to work for the well-being of people, animals, plants, and minerals. I will practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. I'm determined not to steal and not to possess anything that should belong to others. I will respect the property of others, but I will prevent others from profiting from human suffering or the suffering of other species on earth. For our Dharma lesson today, we're reading a section on the User's Manual, The Four Noble Truths by Ajahn Amaro from his book, Catastrophe, Apostrophe, on Dependent Origination. The Buddha outlines the spiritual malaise, suffering, dukkha, as the first noble truth. He says that this dukkha is to be recognized, to be apprehended, to be understood. The second noble truth, the cause of that spiritual illness, is outlined as self-centered craving or desire, tanha. The Buddha encourages us to work with this second noble truth by abandoning that cause. It is to be let go of. The third noble truth is a prognosis that this malaise of dukkha can be cured. There is the possibility to be free of dukkha, and that cure, that freedom from dukkha, is to be realized. The fourth noble truth is the treatment. The Noble Eightfold Path is the medicine that will bring about the cure from the malaise of dukkha. The Buddha's advice is that this Eightfold Path should be developed. In a sense, the teaching of dependent origination spells out in fine detail how to get from Noble Truth 2 to Noble Truth 3, from the cause of suffering to the end of suffering. I often compare the teachings to a car's manual. The manual may be 100 pages, but you can also have a one-page summary in the front that tells you what you need to know to get your car to start and to drive it. That one-page summary is the Four Noble Truths. The other 99 pages in the manual are the teachings of dependent origination. They're like the detailed instructions in the car's manual about how to control the heater, how to adjust the air conditioning or the settings on the lights and the indicators and the automatic doors. It explains all the fine detail of the system so that the driver will know how to adjust everything in order to make full and effective use of the vehicle. When we look at the dependent origination teachings, particularly considering it as describing cycles of addiction, there's a specific question to investigate. Why do I keep making the same mistakes? Why do we keep repeating activities when we know they bring suffering? Why do we keep indulging certain obsessions? When I talk about addiction, I don't just mean addiction to alcohol or cocaine or nicotine. There can be addiction to meditation. There can be addiction to your iPhone, addiction to relationships, addiction to fame, addiction to self-criticism. It can be subtle or gross. It can be visible or invisible. When I speak about addiction, it can refer to many different dimensions of experience. Each one of us can usefully look at our lives and see the areas where we get stuck. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you for joining me today.